Welcome Dominik Rose, who's a Customer Success Manager at LeanIX, and he will talk about custom reports and integrations with GraphQL. So Dominik might be known to many of you as he's with LeanIX for 3.5 years, I think, and he's the one driving the API adoption and is heavily involved in every GraphQL-related topic. He will now provide you with an overview and will share some informations and documentations afterwards. So welcome to Dominik.
Fantastic. Thanks, Johannes. Great to see you all here. Maybe before we start, and I introduce myself quickly as well, two quick things. First of all, a quick disclaimer. Sorry for my voice. I hope I will make it through the day. It's a bit of a cold, but I believe for now it's fine. Second of all, this goes out to the customers and also to the prospect of yours. We have a little gimmick or add-on as well. We will send out some nice little certification afterwards if you attend 3 of the hands-on labs here. For this purpose, I would be delighted if everyone who's interested just fill out the data here quickly. Maybe just only the name if it's customers and it's enough. If you're not interested, just skip it. All right, so as Johannes mentioned, I'm Dominik. Great to see many faces here I recognize. As Johannes said, I have quite some history with LeanIX and also with some of the customers. Andre mentioned that 2017 was a really, really interesting year for us with the migration to the new platform. Some of you might remember that we were in touch quite heavily on this topic. For all the others, I'm really happy to see the LeanIX community growing. And GraphQL and the APIs is a topic for me where I'm really interested in sharing and also advocating it. Because I feel we made a great design choice here. GraphQL, I will go a bit into this, what this means, why did we do this, and also what's the potential. And I've seen many people over the last year adapting it, giving us feedback, what's working, what's not working, where we need to look into alternatives. So I'm happy to go in any discussions afterwards as well to learn your feedback. So today will be a rough overview about everything that we can do. Obviously, it's half an hour. We cannot cover everything in depth, but there will be some code on the slides. We decided to make it a bit risk-free without live hacking. It will be GIFs. If it's too small or if it's too fast, we will pass out the presentation afterwards so you can look it up as well. So what you will learn. I'm really excited to see more and more customers leveraging LeanIX as a platform. Yeah, so this means we provide LeanIX as a core. We provide the inventory, we provide the reporting, the dashboard, everything that you know. But for us, it's not possible to provide every visualization, every integration that you need in your companies. Yeah? This is where we invest. How can we leverage and enable you to build your own things? Invest in technology, APIs and everything, but also in ecosystems, partners, which can help you if you do not want to build the skills yourself. So this is the first thing, the platform thing. Second thing is really going into the tool. GraphQL, again, I'll come to this in a second. What does it mean? What kind of technology is it? You can use it directly from the tool, and this is a really great thing. There's no developer environment needed. You can just go there and try it out. Yeah. And the third, I will touch on the custom report topic. Again, a topic I'm really excited on is the store topic, where I see many customers and partners already engaged in custom reports, and the store should be a platform in the next months that is growing to help you exchange reports and augment your visualizations that you have. So, motivation. LeanIX is evolving clearly, yeah, and also enterprise architecture as a discipline is evolving. So at the beginning, sorry, there's some fonts not correct there. Okay, at the beginning we had the web UI and the survey and the Excel upload to bring data in, and data out also via UI and download, maybe via the app. Yeah, so this is the first thing where many companies benefit from having one single source of truth established. What you know also since a couple of times is that we bring out-of-the-box integrations. Yeah, we talked about ServiceNow. Confluence is not even on the slide here, which is also some integration. We talked about Signavio, where Christian will have a talk on the details. So this is something which we bring on, where we want to make sure that the integration is running without any trouble for you. So it's configurable in the UI. We do the sync log, we do the error analysis, things like this. But then there's this. Yeah? Then there's tons of different tools in your companies where you can get data from, different ITSM solutions, different project portfolio solutions, etc. And interestingly, you can do tons of things regarding reporting as well. Yeah. So tools we look into is D3.js, for example. This is a library in JavaScript world where you can just do every single visualization you can imagine. Or tools like Power BI or Tableau, where customers are giving us feedback, hey, our business users are used to work with tools like Power BI as a self-service. We want to leverage this channel. We want not to bring everyone to LeanIX, but we want to bring our data to Power BI to enable customers to benefit from our data, and in the end to loop back to have a high data quality at ours. So GraphQL in the end is about integrations, it's about reports, but one thing that I will also touch on, it's about a tool for you for ad hoc analysis. The power users of you will know it's not possible currently to get every single aspect of your data in the inventory evaluated as good as you want it. Obviously, we want to get better there, but for example, attributes on relations is something we do not have yet in the table view, for example, and there GraphQL can help you as well to conduct some special analysis. Again, sorry for missing the fonts here. Some case studies. PPM I talked about, pharma company went integrating a project portfolio with LeanIX by themselves. Process as well. About AWS, Andre talked about this morning that this is a focus topic not only as a custom integration but also as a standard integration to leverage data from your cloud provider into LeanIX. And on the other side, I mentioned custom reports and mentioned Power BI as well. So maybe a bit more technical. Actually, why are we using this GraphQL? Maybe a quick one. Who has an idea from you what GraphQL is? Who heard it before? Fantastic. Okay, most of you, but still, it's about performance and it's about usability, or it's about developer experience. So maybe most of you know this report of LeanIX. Yeah? So this is the application landscape showing business capabilities and showing applications. If you want to realize this in a traditional REST-like way, what you would have to do is you would have to make a query, give me all applications. You would have to make a query, give me all capabilities, and maybe even a third query, give me the relations. Yeah? This has the drawback that you have every single property of an application drawn, and that you have 3 different calls. Yeah? We'll see with GraphQL in a second that you can have exactly this in one call. Second thing is we have right now the opportunity to customize our data model or to configure our data model. So all of you are likely aware that we have this 10 fact sheets in our default, but we can add more fact sheet types. Yeah? So this is a commercial option that we can add, and we have seen customers that leverage it. So customers that have introduced a new service fact sheet or has split IT components into a software fact sheet and a hardware fact sheet to make it more usable, or a product fact sheet or other things. And the nice thing is that the API is supporting it directly. Yeah? So once you have a new attribute in there, the API knows as well. So GraphQL, and there were some really nice discussions in social the other days. GraphQL is not a silver bullet, and I don't want to push it as a silver bullet for everything. To me, when you design an API, you have to make choices, and REST can be a fairly good choice. What we are really delighted to see is that GraphQL is becoming more and more standardized. language or approach, it evolves from something proprietary from Facebook into something like a community, and more companies are using this. So let's create our first GraphQL query. I hope this works. This is a GIF, don't be surprised here. So we are in LeanIX and administration. We go into tool, we click on GraphQL, and here we go. So we have our GraphQL tool, which is directly in the UI. You click all fact sheet, you specify that you want to have applications, and you just say, give me all applications, and give me the ID of this. Yeah, you do a prettify, and right now you even have conducted your first GraphQL query without setting up anything. Yeah, simple like this. Then you go on, and you've seen this. The tool helps you to even select more attributes and everything, so you can now step by step leverage the tool. We loop in one more time. Step by step leverage the tool to design your query. Yeah. So you have to learn a bit about the syntax. We have tons of examples out there where you can get started. Once you have it, it's fairly simple to pull the data out of it. So your workflow is to develop your query here and then decide how to move on. Yeah. You've seen at the right-hand side, the result of this is JSON. Yeah. The result of this is JSON, which is easy then to use for other tools. There are a couple of converters out there from JSON to Excel if you prefer it in Excel to make your life easier. Yeah. This is the example from before. So we have our application right now, and then we want to also have the business, or in this case, the IT component. Yeah. So we want to have another fact sheet, and we say, okay, give me the other fact sheet and give me the name out of it. Prettify this, and now we see we not only have the application, but we have the IT component directly with it in one call, which makes life really easy for a developer. Yeah, and also if we want to add cost, for example, which is an attribute sitting on the relation between application and IT component, it's again as easy. Again, if this is too fast in the animation, the slides will be available afterwards, so you can look it up. Same thing goes for modifying. So what I do here is I copy the ID of the application, and GraphQL has the query for retrieving data and mutation for editing data. And I can also update things. So I just say update fact sheet, I give the ID, and now I have to say, okay, what do I want to change? That's what GraphQL call a patch. So you say the patches is I want to replace a certain attribute. I give the name of the attribute. In this example, it should be the release. And I give the new value. And also give a stopping. Okay, great. I just execute it, and the new release is there as well. So this maybe quickly to sum up to here. So this is all you can do by yourself. You don't need any developer. You don't need any other. You don't need no environment for this. You can go to admin and tools and execute it. Yeah? Again, it's a bit like learning about the syntax, but you can do it all yourself. If we want to move one step further and talk about really going into integrations. So you don't want to manipulate one fact sheet, but you want to manipulate many fact sheets at a time, for example. Yeah. Or you want to retrieve all application with a certain tag because you then want to give it to your ITSM system or so on. We have examples at the website how to do this in Java, for example. But what we find out in our daily life is that Python is really an environment where you can quickly leverage this. We have a couple of scripts. I will share the link afterwards as well. We have a couple of scripts out there that helps you to get started with easy operations. So for example, set an external ID for all application or set a quality seal for all application. Here we have scripts out there that you can just take and copy to not start from zero, but start from something, and we will expand this as well. So how would it look like? We start from scratch here, and if it's a bit too small, I will just comment. So we will check out this public repository with the script and go there. And in this example, we will set all quality seals, yeah, for all the fact sheets in the repository or for all the application. We set the quality seals. So just to give you the overview, this thing is setting the authentication. You need an API token for this. And then you say, okay, you have a mutation here which sets the quality seal. You first get all the application and then set the quality seal. And then you can just execute it. And all the quality seals are set. Again, I will share this. What the main message is you can just copy this thing you did in your GraphQL editor into some skeleton and set up a script like this in a couple of minutes to execute it. Maybe this might be the point where you hand over to some technical expert and ask them, hey, please do this for me. From my experience, not every enterprise architect is equipped or willing even to dive into something like this. But just for you to understand that to execute a script like this or to build a script like this takes a normal developer in your company a couple of minutes to get into the mood because we provide the skeletons. Yeah. So this is the results then. Here's the examples that are available. What we are doing then, again, we need an API token. So we copy this one. API token, for those of you who don't know, is for every integration you take it, you can set an expiry date, and this allows you to execute your integration safely with an outside tool. Yeah, so this is our standard way to do this. So we pasted the API token in the script, and now you see how this works. So this is right now updating all the fact sheets. I go to LeanIX, go to home, go to one fact sheet, and see that the quality is approved. Yeah? And can even work with the filter facets then to understand that my results are really drawn. So this is integrations. Yeah. So first step was we go into the UI to do our query ourselves. Second thing is if we want to mass modify things, mass create things, or mass execute other things, Python might be a good choice, but other tools in your company might be good as well to enable others, maybe developers, maybe also a partner to quickly go into some integration. The third thing is then the reports. And again, I said it at the beginning, the store is really the next steps there. We had this custom report framework out, I believe, since a year right now. Correct me, Patrick, if I'm wrong. It's a year? Or even more? A year. Yeah, exactly. Actually, Patrick gave a presentation on this 1 year ago, which allows customers to leverage the functionality that you know in your standard reports. So in your standard reports, you know that you can filter. Yeah? You know that you can save reports as bookmarks, for example. You know that you can apply different views in the application landscape. You can choose whether you want to see functional fit or technical fit. You even can add a report into your reporting menu. So all of this is provided by us, plus the authentication is provided by us. Yeah? So if a user clicks on this report in LeanIX, he does not know that this is a custom report. He just goes here, it behaves the same way, and it augments what's already there. Yeah? We have two options for all customers. We embed custom reports. Here in the custom report menu, with our configuration add-on, we can even adapt the entire structure here to make it really perfectly suited to your use case. Yeah. Bit more technical. We have a command line tool for this. I will go quickly through this. Again, just to tease us that it might be possible to set up a first custom report in a couple of minutes. We support different visualization. Again, D3.js was one example, which is really good to look at. High charts is another. We see customers experimenting with different JavaScript ways, whether this is Vue.js or just jQuery for the technical affine. It doesn't really matter because it's just running in the iframe here, and you can choose from a developer point of view what you like. Yeah. So this is a reporting CLI, which brings some quick tutorial how to set things up. Again, just to sum it up, it's something that your web developers should be aware of. Yeah, so we use Node.js and NPM and install it with NPM. This is a standard flow in JavaScript development. Yeah, and after this, you're ready to go. You set your API token in the configuration, and with this, you can access the workspace data, yeah, even in your development environment. So let's walk through this. So this is a kind of guided way to set up a first custom report. We have a command line tool, which is LXR. So you init things, you just give it some metadata, who is the author, how should it be called, what's the workspace you want to apply it to, and then you give it the API token again, so that you authenticate correctly. We even support proxies there. And then we just install things. Yeah, this takes a while, which is why I just added it to second slide. So it's installed everything. And now you say start. So this is just a second command for your developer to say start. What it does is it starts a local server, and you go to your browser. You have to deal, unfortunately, with one security-related thing that you have to open it once in another tab. Maybe we'll figure out a better way in the future for this, but this is something your developers just have to deal with once. And if we now reload the page, then we see we created our first custom report from scratch within 2 minutes. Yeah? So this is right now a fully functional custom report we filtered, for example, by business capability. Yeah? Again, not all of you will create a custom report. I'm totally aware of this. But to understand that the baseline is really, really fast is, I believe, a really key message that you take away from this one. Plus, we have a lot of custom reports out there as a base for development, which are open source. The link will follow in a second. Finally, once you have developed your custom report locally, maybe checked this with your team, whatever, now the store comes into place. Yeah? Quick disclaimer, today it's not possible yet for customers to load their reports into the store. We will bring this as well. For now, the ones already developing custom reports, for now nothing changed. For now you do the upload the way we did it before, but we will bring an easy way for customers as well to bring the content to the store and then to directly install it into workspaces with one click. Time is ticking. Let me quickly have one more topic here. Because GraphQL is great, yeah? But if you want to talk about integrations and really stable integrations, what we learned that another pattern might be as valuable. And some of you know we have a topic which we call webhook. Yeah? So we can provide events to other applications as well. So this is just an example. I set up some webhook, some test webhook, and I subscribed to events in LeanIX. So I said, every time a fact sheet is created, I want the other system to be informed directly in real time. Yeah? I created a fact sheet, and now if I do a reload here, not sure if this is covered in the example, but do a reload here, I see the event directly in another tool. So this is where we are basing our Signavio integration on, our ServiceNow integration on, that you can in real time have information from LeanIX in another tool. Yeah? Ping me here for details. We have documentation out there. One disclaimer, for now we have some events published that we make already available to public now. We will make more and more events public as well, so let's talk about details there. So summing up. I hope I did not lose every one of you, but I don't have the impression. Well, for me, what you should really take away from this one is this platform notion. What I take away from what I learned right now, 3.5 years from LeanIX customers, is that every company has different needs in terms of visualization, in terms of integration. We want to go with you towards standard integration and standard reports, but this will only take us to 80%. Yeah? We want to leverage you and either yourself or with a partner or with custom reports, we might even have the option to do this for you, to turn LeanIX into this platform that is not only 80% for your company, but 100% for your company. Yeah? This goes for APIs, this goes for custom reports, and this goes for webhooks as well, which might help you to do some integrations. This one might be interesting as a takeaway. I know GraphQL sounds a bit technical, and I know if you open it, there are some brackets. Don't be afraid of this. Once you accept that you have to paste something in there and that you have some learning curve, you can answer many queries that you have, especially ad hoc analysis with this. It might be just another tool in your arsenal next to reports, next to table view, that you can use to get your data out of LeanIX or to empower developers who will then move on. There's a couple of tutorials out there. Here's a link to the GitHub where the scripts are and the custom reports were.